I guess my concern is, and the question that you still haven't answered.
Okay, gentlemen, here's the problem. If I were to vote for this, when I go back home, those very few vocal minority who feel we should make absolutely no changes to the plan, all they hear, all the talking points they get are, why are you trying to destroy the nonpartisan court plan and take us to judicial elections? And it takes me 15 to 20 minutes with every single one of them to actually explain what we're trying to do. And gentlemen, I just don't have maybe I don't have the stamina for it, to go back and explain to every single person for 15 to 20 minutes exactly what this is doing, because the talking points that are giving to them are fraudulent. This is not an attempt to dismantle the nonpartisan court plan. But that's the talking points. It's not an attempt to destroy it. It's not an attempt to do away with it. There's been no proposal to go to elections. I don't understand the dishonesty in that, There was a plan last year, gentlemen. I mean, do you think the federal court system of selecting judges is good, bad, ugly?
I think it's what we have.
Well, what about
right now, the one that I'm trying to protect is the one in the state that I live in.
Well, what about the judges that have come out of that plan? What about Sandra Day O'Connor? What about Souter, Kennedy? What about Thurgood Marshall?
I think they're good.
What about Justice Lackman?
I think they're good justices.
So
I think Earl Warren was a great justice as well. Republican governor of California. I think he's a great justice as well.
Why couldn't a system like that work in this state?
Well, I think when you get into a state level, especially in the age of term limits, I think that you have some very questionable behavior that goes on. When you have, I think it becomes very much more partisan than even D.C. is. I know that that's hard for people to believe, but I think that we're down here because we have to have the courage of our convictions to take a stand on some of these things, and it concerns me when the chairman of a committee and a member of the bar will vote present on a bill that they, with the bill sponsor, redrafted, and it's going to cause some sort of, very questionable tactics. I'm just trying to get my arms wrapped around
what are you getting at, gentlemen? Are you making some more personal insinuations and attacks like you typically do?
No, it would be
for
anybody else. It would be for anybody else. But I know you probably, and from what I've heard on the committee members, they didn't have much input as far as rewriting the HCS. They didn't have, or the HGR. They didn't.
That's not true. That's not true. So they're lying. We had a standard. What are they lying about, gentlemen?
Well, you just told me that it was just you and the.
Hey, gentlemen, guess what? Guess because nobody else wanted to participate. Nobody offered me anything. Guess what, gentlemen? We did this in the light of day, in the committee. I opened it up for discussion. I asked anybody if they had any amendments, like I do on every bill. Everybody sat there silent. They simply opposed the resolution. They oppose every resolution. Anything that's brought up. Gentlemen, there's 26 different versions of the Missouri plan.
Because we have fraudulent talking points, correct?
There's 26 different versions of the Missouri plan. But no single version is the same as ours. In fact, this Missouri plan is not even the Missouri plan. If you want the original Missouri plan, then you need to go back to 1942, and that's what we should pass. But you know what I was told? I was told by the opponents that that's no good either. That the two changes the trial lawyers made over the last 30 years, that's the one we got to stick with. We can't go back. We can't go back to the original Missouri plan.
And gentlemen, my concern again is, and it has nothing to do with a personal attack. It is that when you say you don't want to necessarily go home and explain to people why you voted the way that you did,
because the attack is wrong.
Because it doesn't have. Well, then. Isn't that very easy to say that the attack is wrong?
No, gentlemen, because as I've
tell me that all the time.
As I've said, the minority on this speaks the loudest, and the majority on this is afraid to speak up for whatever reason. I have spoken up, gentlemen. I voted it out of committee 2 years in a row. Everybody knows my position on it, but sometimes...
Well, I know you've taken no position on it. On this, and that's what I'm asking. As far as and that's what I'm asking. What changed from the time that you voted it out of committee to now that you, the partial drafter of the substitute, and the chairman of the committee, and a member of the bar?
It's a personal choice of mine, gentlemen. That's all I can tell you.